Okay, okay. Episode 19. Here today, gone tomorrow. That is the name of the episode. This episode sees a substituted teacher named Stu Dunleavy come in, but everything is not as it seems here at the Pleasantville High. Also, everything is not as it seems with the continuity. So in this episode, Becky explains to Merton that it's her first high school dance, but they just had a dance in the last episode and she was there. There's no mention of Eric the Arm, and Tommy and Stacy are on the outs. Like, he asks her to dance and she says no, and then doesn't go with anybody, and then they want to dance. It's very confusing. It's a 1980s dance. Tommy goes as Michael Jackson, which is awkward. You couldn't do that today. A white man dressed as Michael Jackson. As much as he didn't look like it, Michael Jackson was indeed African American. So, I'm just saying. What the hell was that saying? We have this Stu Dunleavy. So first of all, an animal from the zoo was attacked and eaten by a werewolf. Well, they believe it was a werewolf. Again, they say it could be a werewolf, which is no mention of that there's been a werewolf before. I don't know. He's got the regular makeup, so I don't know. It's not before that. It's very strange. So it turns out Mr. Dunleavy is a werewolf, and he confronts Tommy. He knows Tommy's a werewolf, and he begins being like a mentor to him. But Merton finds out that, he's an evil werewolf because he's been eating the animals from the zoo, to which Mr. Dunleavy admits to it. He's like, yeah, I gotta eat. And Tommy's like, okay, I don't want to be around you anymore. But he's like, okay, I'm gonna eat Merton. I wonder how much fat is in a Merton burger. He's gonna eat Merton. So Tommy tells Merton that. Merton's dressed like he's from the 1880s, because it's Merton. Tommy, like I said, is just like Michael Jackson. And so Tommy is like, hey, Mr. Dunleavy's gonna try to eat you. And they both go to the dance anyway. And he's like, I got this here squirt gun filled with liquid silver nitrate. So he's safe. Hugo is dressed like the Culture Club guy. Boy George. And then his parents are the chaperones. Tommy's parents are the chaperones. And their only appearance, they wave, and then he dances with his mom later. I'm trying to get through this episode. I really didn't care for it. So Mr. Dunleavy finds Merton. He's supposed to be Darth Vader, but he's wearing a welding helmet. It's copyright. But they could have Tommy just like Michael Jackson now. Merton pulls out the squirt gun, but Hugo takes it from him, saying there's no weapons allowed. It's a squirt gun. It's a squirt gun. And it wouldn't be that relaxed either if Merton just happens to have a weapon, a gun, on campus. That even in 1999, that's not that lax. Tommy wants to dance with Stacy, but he's like, oh, so who's the guy? Who'd you come with? He's like, I came by myself. He's like, well, by myself too. We can dance together. And there's trouble because Mr. Dunleavy takes Merton. And here's where we get exposition. It clears up the whole beginning of the series. Turns out Mr. Dunleavy is the werewolf that bit Tommy. However, and even show a flashback to it, that thing is a full wolf, a full transmogrified wolf. Mr. Dunleavy is a bald guy who I first thought was Michael Ironsides when I first watched this, but it's not. He's been in Canadian television before. But it's just some guy maybe doing a Jack Nicholson impersonation. I don't know. But just some guy. And he's the one that created Tommy. On the arm, he was looking to eat a couple Cub Scouts. Yikes. When he found Tommy, he just bit him on the arm, turned him into a werewolf, made one of him. And he says that they're the only two in Pleasantville, but there are more out there in the world. Of course, we will find that out in season 2. But also, was he lying? Because the Werewolf Syndicate in season 2 are in Pleasantville, right? Yes? Yes? But yeah, just so they have a bit of a fight. Tommy wins, Merton is safe, and Mr. Dunleavy leaves. And we last see him putting on a hairpiece. And Tommy didn't get to dance with Stacy, he danced with his mom. He goes to dance with her, the last dance song of the night, and then some foreign exchange guy gets in there. Personally, I would have pushed the guy out of the way. Excuse me. You know? But, and if she wanted to dance with Tommy, she'd be like, excuse me, I don't want to dance with you. I was going to dance with him. You know, it's just circumstances, but you know. The episode was fine. It was fine. That's it. This is not one of the ones I go back to. It's a meh. So, yeah. Next one.